Hello guys, so welcome to KO Tutorials. So let's continue with the next part of this tutorial. So let's get started. So as you can see over here, we have almost done with the modeling of this. So few things are left which we'll be covering up over here. So let's get started. So I'll just take out some of the references and just check if anything is left out. Okay. So we'll be modeling this later because this is going to get animated over here. So for now what I can do over here is like I'll just take few more references. Alright. So we can just go over here and I'll just put one loop. So let's go into this. Let's take a swift loop. Select the polygons and I can slightly just push it inside and we can just delete this element. So this is going to work in this way. If you don't want, we can just delete it later. So I'll just keep as it is over here for now. Few elements are left. I'll just select this and this. Select the vertices, slightly just shuffle it in this way. Again take a line. So go into rendering, enable in viewport. Let's activate this rectangular. Slightly reduce the length and the width as required. So this is going to face outside. So let's go over here and let's click OK in this way. Alright, so we want one more copy of it. So let's again duplicate it over here in this way. Alright, so once it is done, we can just start up over here. So now what I can do over here is like, let's go into rendering, go into render setup, and let's activate the V-Ray over here. So I can just activate this. Alright. Go down over here. Let's take force two-sided. Right click, convert to editable poly. Press M. So let's go into material editor. So I'll go into the material editor and I'll just assign a texture of the solar panel. So if you want, you can go with a normal map also, assign a normal map to it. So that can be easily assigned if needed. So let's go into the material editor. Let's take a V-Ray material for this. I'll just name it as solar. Let's go into the bitmap. Let's take this and take the texture of this. Let's just assign this. We can go into this and click on this UVW map. Let's again go into this and we can just make the tiling correctly in this way, so you can fit it correctly. And if you have a bump texture or if you have a normal map for this, you can assign a V-ray bump to normal. We also have this property over here. If needed, you can just go into this and let's assign a V-ray bump to normal, and you can assign a normal map for this. So now what I'll be doing over here is like I'll assign a bit of noise over here. So let's assign a bit of noise slightly and let's connect it with a bump map. Go into this. That's it. So let's make it as 0.1. Again go into this and let's again assign this and let's give a UVW map and let's set it as a box. Same way, we are going to do the same thing for this. Let's assign the same panel. Go into this. Give it a UVW map. Again go over here. Okay, we can just select this both. Convert to editable poly. That's very important. So select this again. Again give a UVW map. So set it as a box as needed. Alright. So now we are going to assign a bit of a kind of a gold plate material. So as you can see over here, definitely that's an alloy steel over here assigned to it. So whatever is visible over here, we are going to assign that. So let's go into the material editor. Let's go over here. Let's again take a V-ray material. Go into this. Let's go over here and let's give a color as black for now. Go into the reflection. I can assign some reflections over here. If you want a pure gold shader, we'll be assigning a pure gold shader over here. Let's do it over here. So what I'll do over here is like, let's go into this reflect and we have some of the values over here. I'll just assign it for this. So let's go over here, our glossiness. I'll just make it as 1. Set this as 1. Fresnel reflections, I'll just off this over here. Make it as 1.6 and subdivisions as 8. So as you can see, Fresnel IOR I can keep it as 1.6. Alright. So let's just assign this over here in this way. So what I can do over here is like, I have just assigned this shader over here. Let's go into rendering, go into render setup. Go into rendering, go into render setup. Let's go into this V-ray and go into the environment, activate this, go into this environment and let's give a V-Ray Sky. I'll just save it and let's render it. As you can see, it's rendering it, but it is very highly reflective. So if you want, you can just go into this material and slightly you can reduce it, as you can see now. So you can just reduce the reflections, looks might better. So if you assign some environment image, might look better over here. So I'll just assign any kind of a environment image over here. Okay, it's very reflective. If you want, you can assign any kind of an environment image. Okay, now you can see this, right? So you can just increase or decrease the reflections as needed. So we can again go over here and slightly increase this. Let's render it. Yeah, looks better. Again, go over here, select this part. Let's assign it again. Okay, looks better now. Alright. So over here, as you can see, we can only see this gold plated stuff. So wherever it is required, we are going to assign this. And if needed, we can slightly reduce it, as you can see. Yeah, looks better over here. Alright. So guys, if any doubts, please put it in the comment section over here. So please like and subscribe my YouTube channel. So we'll continue the rest of the part in the coming tutorial. So thanks for watching this tutorial.